Well, the House Select Committee investigating the January 6th attack will hold its first of at least 6 public hearings in a rare primetime session.
CBS News will broadcast the hearing tonight right here on News 3 starting at 7 p.m.
What can we expect to see tonight? Michael Wagner is a professor at the UW-Madison School of Journalism and Mass Communication. Welcome back to Live at 4, Mike.
It's good to be here.
So why televise this in primetime?
I think the committee is trying to shake the American public out of their complacency with evidence that the committee says shows that we came very close to losing our democratic republic on January 6th. We had a president who lost a free and fair election continues to claim that he won, even though he didn't. There's evidence that he pressured state election officials to find votes for him. He gave a speech on January 6th outlining his grievances about the election and invited the crowd to share their anger at the Capitol. They did. People died. The vice president's life was threatened. The Speaker of the House's office was overtaken. And parts of what happened there had been planned for months. And I think we'll learn a lot more about that in this primetime session.
And you know, one side says this is showboating, the other side says it's needed. And to further elaborate on what you're saying, I mean, America just watched the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial and we're very transfixed by it. Is this really one of the only ways to reach people where they're at in the way they consume politics and media, I guess?
It's an unusual and noteworthy choice, to be sure, right? We normally don't have these kinds of hearings in prime time. We had the Watergate hearings broadcast on television in the 1970s, but then, you know, there were 3 channels and the Watergate hearings were on them, and so we really didn't have a choice. Whereas now, the choice to show this in prime time is a signal almost begging the American public to engage and pay attention to the evidence that the committee wants to share, because we have so many channels to watch or to stream or to avoid political news altogether. And so I think this is a kind of a Hail Mary from the committee to try to engage the public on this issue.
Who do you think will be watching tonight, and will any minds be changed?
I think that since it's being broadcast in prime time and that many networks will carry the hearings, there's a chance for some minds to be changed. There are plenty of people whose views are more in the middle of the road and remember what happened on January 6th, but don't think about it very often, and probably don't know much about the level of planning that went into what happened at the Capitol by some of the people who attacked the Capitol on that day, and may not know as much about what was happening in the White House while this was going on. And I think that some of the things that people learn during these hearings might change some minds. Now, I think it'll largely confirm what most strong liberals already think about January 6th. I think that most strong conservatives will probably reject the information that they hear out of hand, but most people are not strong liberals or strong conservatives, and so there are plenty of minds that could be changed.
I will be watching tonight, I'm sure, along with a lot of other people. Mike, thanks for being with us. Great insights.
My pleasure.